Hello everyone, I'm William Johns. I'm attending the University of Advancing Technology, and I'm in a programming basics course or a concepts course on a master's level. And I was tasked of making a program that has a solution file in Visual Studio Community Edition 2022 and C# NetForms framework and Windows Solutions. And I was supposed to make a solution file that has access to a dynamic link library, the DLL. And so basically I chose a nautical theme for this. I'll show you basically how I went about doing that. And so here I have Visual Studio 2022. The program's called Nautical Metrics Conversion. That's the solution file. And I did create a dynamic library for that DLL. I'll explain that in a second. I'm just going to go ahead and run the program first just to show you what it looks like in its full form. So this is a Windows solution, and making sense of nautical metrics. I use some, obviously the background you see, it's a nice image file. A nice Sierra boat, 5th edition, even nicer than normal, which is hard to imagine. But anyways, so this is, I've got titles, labels, picture boxes that I can kind of hide or make them appear with buttons. And basically, earlier in the morning or later last night, because right now it's 2:50 in the morning, Monday, August 4th, but I actually had temperature conversions, I had length conversions from meters to feet for looking at the seas, and I also had miles per hour and knots per hour back and forth also. But things kind of broke down, but I'll talk about that in a little bit. But right now, this is the part that I have working, so it's a work in progress. I still have algorithms off of a DLL, so I still was working on what I was supposed to be working on. So let's say you're outside and it's about 32 degrees Celsius from the NOAA weather report. You wonder what that'd be in Fahrenheit. You can just hit the conversion button and it says 32 degrees Celsius is converted to 89.6 degrees Fahrenheit. You can hit the clear form here, it erases. Let's say on the other hand, it's 85 degrees Fahrenheit. You want to know what the Celsius is. You can hit convert, and it says 85 degrees Fahrenheit is converted to 29.4, repeating. Celsius. So basically, I can round that off to just a couple decimal points in the future. There's ways obviously to do that. This is just work in progress. But if you look at this file, I'll close out here now. Basically, if you look with the, if we go into the, the Solution Explorer, you can see here I have the solution is Nautical Metrics Converter, but I have a Nautical Conversions Library, which is a DLL I formed. And so if you click on the code for that in C#, you can see here that I have a public static class temperature converter that does a Celsius to Fahrenheit and back and forth. If you further go down, I have a distance converter which was working with meters to feet and back and forth earlier in the night. And then I also have a public static speed converter for knots to miles per hour and back and forth. And the whole idea was to have it all doing that, just like the part that I have working. I'll be honest, I had a lot of things break down, and then it got to the point where I had so many errors that I lost my my user interface, and then it got really complicated because I was going into code that was way beyond my skill set, but I managed to somehow get it back, and then I just erased a lot of parts of the program that I can further add to in the future and make it right as I learn more skills. I'm thinking doing more object-oriented programming in the future versions of this, something that may even be simpler than the way I did it, I would imagine. But anyways, again, this is the basic program. This will be on, this is going to be a YouTube video course, and there's a GitHub link also. I put that up here to, to keep it in the cloud for further reference. So we'll have a GitHub link and a YouTube video that you're watching, and we'll just basically go from there. But I appreciate you watching. If any thoughts or concerns, please feel free to reach out. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.